our first episode for season 2. We got a new face on the block, new face on the pod. Your boy Neeraj, and Neeraj, our first guest. Actually, you are the first ever guest for the YEG experience.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I am honored.
Yeah.
Maybe, possibly we can tokenize this.
Oh, hell yeah. We can get the YEG coin, bro.
Yeah.
We get your coin.
Yes, which calls for our topic of the podcast.
Great segue. Perfect. Whoa, you are natural. As a perfect segue. Speaking of which,
Yes.
Neeraj is our first guest, and today what we're going to be talking about is cryptocurrencies.
Woohoo!
Yes. In what are cryptocurrencies? Why you should care about cryptocurrencies? How to start investing in them? Like maybe a few of your recommended picks for investing in starter cryptocurrencies, or just generally ways to get into that industry. It's sort of like the everyday person's stock market.
Right.
To preface that, we're gonna say none of this is actual legal financial advice.
Right.
None of this. This is not like a friggin' financial advice episode. It's all just pure opinion, and we're both neither of us are financial advisors or have any like formal education in finance.
Right.
No. Okay. So just making sure none of this is all just like, don't take any of this seriously. It's all just our talking about.
And we recommend doing your own research before investing. But
very, very important.
This is what is our experience regarding to cryptocurrency.
But it doesn't mean it's going to be your experience, So you always have to, with any decision, you got to look ahead and try to get as much information as you can before you make any decision, especially financial.
Right.
Especially in these times. So, Neeraj, we need a little background here. Like, why are you coming here today to talk to us about cryptocurrency? Like, what is your experience with cryptocurrency?
Well, to start with, I started getting knowledge about the cryptocurrency back in April 2020. That is when, after the coronavirus just started. So I am a soccer coach, professional soccer coach. I work for Barca Academy, but because of COVID, my academy got shut down. And that is when I came across a ad which mentioned that, and I started doing more research about it. And this is when it amazed me, the concept of cryptocurrency and how we can get it to daily use and how this can be the future of our currency. So that amazed me in doing more research about it. And that is how I started investing in it. And I have had a pretty good experience so far.
How good?
Well, it's pretty good experience.
Well, we're not going to give figures.
Yeah.
No specific figures. But
you can tell from my smile,
It's very true. It's a big smile.
Yes. At least I can pay my rent. That's what I can say.
Oh, you can do way more than that. I feel like I know how much you made, and it's not just rent money. It's rent money for like how long? A while. Plus some other things. Well, how about, can you say like 10x or 8x, like that kind of figure? Would you say?
To be honest, I would say 6 or 7x.
6 or 7x
Yes.
over the course of how many months?
So from May of 2020 up till now, so it has multiplied by that. And it is not just investing; it is a number of factors, doing research and a lot of it. So
because you have to know what to invest in before you invest, right?
And what is the hype? So we'll get to all of that. What exactly this is all about?
You didn't just like buy like $300 in Bitcoin or something like that and then just waited.
No.
I
mean, to start small, I invested that much as a starting capital.
Into Bitcoin?
Into Bitcoin to test it out. So my first investment was into Bitcoin, and pretty much usually everyone's first experience is with Bitcoin. That is how you start investing in it. So it's like saying invest only that you can afford to lose. That was most of the tips given by many of the researchers or many of the people that I follow on, and this has been great. And once you get comfortable around all the technology and how to trade, you're comfortable around it, then you start investing more and probably take it from there.
That
But
seems like common sense advice, right? Just invest only in what you can afford to lose.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty much logical. And
Right?
it's not just related to cryptocurrency, it's related to
Anything,
any.
yeah. Anything
Yeah,
you buy
so
or spend money on,
yes,
put only as much as
you can
you can afford.
to
Don't
lose.
put your to lose, exactly, to lose, because especially since when you put something in,
Hmm.
you don't expect to get it back in any form over how long, like months,
Well,
years.
there's always you can withdraw, but then uh, you can never know. What if you make a bad call, or if you transfer to some other form of the chain, then what will happen? But this is after understanding what exactly this is about. So, what is cryptocurrency? What is,
Good question. What
yeah.
is it?
Um, so, this concept really amazed me that I can send you money without going through any bank.
Mhm.
So that is what was really amazing. So I started studying about the technology, which is based on blockchain technology. So if suppose I have a Bitcoin or any form of cryptocurrency like Ethereum or Polkadot or Binance Coin. So there are many different versions of it, many different chains that are operated. But suppose that I have some amount of it and I need to transfer you X amount. So I don't need to go through any bank route. I can just directly transfer
Where does
it.
it go through?
It goes through the chain.
But what like institution is that? Like instead of a bank, who does that for you? Who is doing it for you?
So this is all decentralized. So no central party is governing it, or no one has the control over it. So it is spread out all across the world.
How does that? How is that? What does that mean?
So imagine I am a node on the network. Yeah, some of us might be familiar with the concept of a torrent download. Like you have different nodes on the network who are sharing the same file.
Peers, right?
Yes, peers.
Peers and cedars.
Yes,
Bleachers and cedars. But yeah, they're all peers.
yes. So that's an analogy to compare it to, but there are nodes on the network, like several of them, and they all maintain a record of all the transactions right from where it began in 2009. So this is when the concept was introduced, and we don't know yet who introduced. Is it a person? Is it a
That's the Satoshi guy, right? The guy who started Bitcoin.
yes?
He invented blockchain.
Well, we don't know. Is it a he or a she or a group
Or
of
them.
people?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, an anonymous entity, Satoshi Nakamoto, put out this concept of blockchain technology and Bitcoin peer to peer transfer. And we can track down all the transactions right from zero till now.
Day one, right? The
Day
first
one,
transaction
the
ever in
first
2009.
transaction ever. And mind boggling, you know. I mean, anyone can look it up on the chain and get the record. So this is what the blocks are added. So the concept is if I make a transfer and it is approved by the nodes on the network, so it is added to the blockchain. It is finalized once it is approved. So transaction after transaction are connected through blocks. And if I go back in time, if I go back in the blockchain and I change one transaction, it affects the whole chain.
And then so if you go into blockchain and let's say you have your own copy of the blockchain,
Yes.
you change one of the blocks,
Yes.
and you try to send that to all the other nodes, all the other people on this network.
On this network.
They will take that blockchain you sent, they'll check it with their own blockchain.
Yes.
They'll see that you added something there and it's not correct.
Right.
And if they see that all the other people on the blockchain have their copy and their copy is the same as the person who's checking, they'll look at yours and say, "Oh,"
and they will just reject that
it.
copy of the ledger, that copy
the
of
one
the
you
chain.
sent, the one you edited.
Yes.
That's how it's unhackable, right?
Yes, that is what is called immutable. So
Okay.
yes, so it is very difficult right now at this stage to go back and change. Like you need to have 51% of the transaction.
Like a vote, right? Popular vote.
Yes.
So 51% of the network has to say, "Oh, we accept that." Then
Yes.
you'll accept it.
Then you'll accept. So in order to change those many transactions, so the hash power, and there are a lot of technical details into it. but the logic is it is right now too difficult.
Well, I guess it means that the more people there are on the network,
Yes.
the harder it is because the more people you have to change their copy of
that much computing power you need to
Yeah.
have in order to change everything.
So the bigger it gets, the harder it is to penetrate and
Yes,
steal from.
steal from.
Almost
Exactly.
impossible.
Almost impossible. Like even if you put on all the hash power on the earth, it is still difficult.
Well, it sounds like it's a really great system for banking.
Oh yes.
Why
sure.
don't you think that the banks use cryptocurrencies? Why do you think like the governments and the banks are so against it? Like a lot of countries banned it.
So there are a lot of risk when trying to move to digital currencies, but there is a use case that Bank of Cambodia, like the Cambodia country, they have integrated this on their digital system.
On their banking system?
On their banking
Really?
system,
Wow.
yes. So they have everything on the blockchain. So there are cases moving forward, like there are implications of it, but sooner or later, I believe that every country would apply this. There have like China, for example, they have their own digital currency. Japan has. India is in the talks of making a digital currency.
These are all cryptocurrencies.
The digital version of their currency, like digital dollar, digital yuan.
Okay.
Yes. So digital INR.
Okay.
So that is where I see the world moving forward.
Well, do you think they're going to be adopting cryptocurrencies as their own versions of it?
Yes. I mean, there will be digital versions, to be honest, and they would be compatible with Bitcoin, Ethereum, so you can trade easily. There will be no more moving blocks when transferring currency from one form to the other, like US dollar to a euro, or no hold time. It will be instantaneous. Yes.
How will it be instant? Why?
Because it is digital, so
okay.
everyone can see it. It's not routed through any banks.
It's not a physical thing.
Yeah.
It's like you press one, like you just input a number. It's a number on a spreadsheet, right?
Exactly.
'Cause it's
on
all
a
made
ledger.
On a ledger, yeah. Okay, sweet. I guess we can start getting into how someone can start investing in cryptocurrency.
Yes.
But before we do that, we're gonna take a little break because Neeraj has to go to the gym. He'll be back though. It'll
Yes.
be probably an hour, but for you, instant. I'll just cut to that when he comes back. So we'll be right back.
Okay.
Wow, that was quick. How was the workout?
It was pretty good. It's just the starting week, so not too much intensity. Also taking care of the restrictions that the government has applied.
Oh, so they wipe down all the...
That's for basic, that I do it usually.
But now you have to take turns, or like you can't just hop from one machine to the next.
It was like that before, but now it has been like specially that low intensity workouts. You cannot do high intensity as of the step 2 in the...
Wait, so you can't sweat?
Technically, yeah.
Wait. So what it was? So the only thing you can do is like, I don't know, treadmill.
Yes, treadmill, but not at the full speed.
Oh, there's a speed limit on a friggin' treadmill?
Like 50% intensity, like on everything.
You do weight training?
Yeah, you can do it.
But you can't. I don't get it. Why no high intensity stuff? Like stuff that gets your sweat everywhere or something like that? That soaks the mats and stuff?
Probably, yeah.
I'll
have to look into it, but yeah, that's the thing. But I want to do my part to make sure that the spread stops.
Okay, yeah, so let's pointers for people who want to start investing into crypto, like first steps, things to know.
I remember my experience when I started. I started with $100 probably, and my investment was through Coinbase. This is a centralized exchange, and I'll get to it, like what is a centralized and decentralized exchange. Like this whole technology is decentralized, and it is meant to be decentralized.
Yeah, as we discussed.
Yeah, meaning no central authority, no central party has control over the technology. But the limitation to it is how do you convert your fiat money, that is Canadian dollars or US dollars or whichever currency, into crypto. So that is the main first step, how you will purchase your crypto. So it usually happens through centralized exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, Crypto.com, ShakePay. So for me, it was Coinbase as my first step, and a couple of my friends. For you, it was ShakePay. So these are the centralized exchanges where you buy your Bitcoin and Ethereum or any preferred currency that they have listed on there. So that is and it can be through debit card, Visa, or Interact e-transfer.
Okay.
So once you have that,
If you're in Canada, Interact e-transfer on ShakePay.
yes,
That's what I used.
Yes.
But
for
if
sure.
you're anywhere else in the world, I guess
It would be a similar procedure.
well, it would depend where you are, right? Which
Right.
exchange you can go on. Crypto.com, do you think that's worldwide? Like, can
Yes,
set it
yes.
up with PayPal or something? I don't know.
PayPal, as I think it's only for US residents as of now, but they're going to expand to everyone, those who are using PayPal soon.
Oh.
And crypto.com, yes, anyone in the world can use it. A couple of my friends have used it in India. A couple of your friends, I believe, I think they have used it in Philippines.
And
Yes.
then one of our friends here.
Yes. And even I have got the crypto.com card,
Credit card?
like a Visa card. So I'm gonna test out how it works.
Okay.
You can spend my cryptos. So let's see. So that it is the first step to get it into over the centralized exchange, and they do.
Wait, hold on. How is getting a Visa card from a centralized exchange?
That is the secondary part. The first I'll get to what you do on the centralized exchanges.
Okay, sorry.
Right. So you have a lot of options to do a spot trade or trade into different kinds of cryptocurrencies that are listed on the exchange.
Whatever exchange that is.
Yes.
What are some popular worldwide exchanges that most people can access, not by country or anything like that?
KuCoin, Kraken, Coinbase, even Binance if you're not a US citizen or you don't.
They banned Binance now? You can't access it from...
It was not before also. So
it was never available to US residents?
After some restrictions, but yeah, people can do it through rest of the exchanges.
Okay.
Those who are those who have their KYC done. So before it was not a criteria when it all started, but now it is a compulsion that you have to do your KYC.
But isn't that true for every exchange?
It is now. It is now,
right?
Yes.
Like in ShakePay, I have to do that also.
You have to do it. Otherwise, you cannot deposit more amount and you cannot withdraw your amount.
To verify your identity.
Right. So KYC is know your customer.
Know your customer. It's like for ShakePay, it was what did they have me do? They had me like take a picture of not just a picture, a video, and then it would told me to look left, look right.
Yes.
And then say a sentence to the microphone.
Right.
And
they just want to make sure that you're not a bot and it's not a fake. It's your original thing. The only caveat to this is, so I'll tell you how the cryptocurrency is stored. It is stored in wallets, right? These are the digital wallets. You can store it on your PC. You can have
it's not an actual wallet. A wallet is what is it? It's a...
You can have a cold wallet and a hot wallet. What's the difference? Cold wallet is something you can store it on a paper. The same wallet that you have, I can store it on a paper too. I can have that same wallet on a ledger. That is an USB device.
It's like a special flash drive, pen drive thing they sell.
Yes, and it has special authentication codes also before you do a transaction. Yeah. So those are the cold wallets, and the hot wallets would be the ones that you store on your computer, or it's in a browser extension.
Well, they're integrated online.
So you can do the quick trading.
So like MetaMask?
Yes, for sure. MetaMask and even Coinbase wallet.
Coinbase has their own wallet. Crypto.com. ShakePay
Trust wallet.
Kind of has a wallet.
Yes.
Trust wallet, yeah.
These are the wallets that we have used and we have gotten accustomed to. So
sorry, but a cold wallet is... what is a wallet? Like, I mean, when you say cold wallet, you can store on a piece of paper. You're saying that a wallet is like something you can write?
Exactly. So a wallet is a set of keys. You have a public key and a private key. Private keys, you never give that.
Keys as in password keys, not actual keys. They're like
the password. Like
they're these numbers and letters.
Really long hashes of the wallet. So private keys, you never ever give it to anyone. Like anyone, if they ask, it might be a fraud or a scam.
Okay.
because that is the one. Because if someone has your private keys, then they have everything, all your access.
They can
codes.
conduct transactions with your
Exactly.
wallet.
They can change your passwords. They can do everything. They can withdraw your money. So never ever give the private keys. So there's also an option of public key, so that you can give it to someone, and if they have your public key, they can send you the transfer or whatever transaction is needed.
So public keys for incoming transactions,
yes.
or let's say you want to pay for something.
So everywhere, that is like your address of the wallet that you mentioned.
But how can someone, like if you want to pay someone, you would have to get their public key and send it to them.
Yes.
Oh, they can't get your public key and take money from you.
No.
Okay,
That's
okay,
not,
okay.
That is not how.
That would be
So
the private
yeah.
key.
So every public key and private key has a phrase, a 12-word phrase, random phrase.
Okay.
Okay. So that is called a mnemonic.
Ah, okay. Just to remember.
Yes. So that mnemonic, you can write it down on the paper.
Uh-huh.
You can store it in a USB. You can store it anywhere safe. Until and unless you have that, you can always recover your wallet. If you lose that and you forget your password, then it's gone. You cannot recover. It's very difficult to recover. I mean, I don't think anyone has recovered their wallet.
Yes, because it's part of the blockchain.
Yeah, it's part of the proof that you cannot go reverse. Like it's a hash.
The mnemonic is not a password.
No,
it's
a way to recover your wallet.
And it's easier to remember because it's a series of words. It's not like letters and numbers all jumbled up like that.
No. It's 12 or 24 words a phrase, and it's random. It's not like a sentence.
Right. Random words.
Yes. The
Just
only
like
way to unlock
mnemonic
is by brute force, and
it takes millions of years or something like that,
yes. Right? It's so much possibilities that it's really difficult.
The encryption is crazy.
Crazy, yeah. You cannot go back.
Okay.
And reverse.
So let's say I open up a wallet.
Right.
And I put some money in there. Well, going by what you said earlier, invest in what you can afford to lose. So, does it really matter how much money you put into your initial investment, or do you think you should be investing in the longer term, like just put more money into it as you go, or like a big amount right away?
It depends on your own comfort level. So if you're ready to invest like with $1,000, you can do that. Go ahead.
If you can afford to lose $1,000.
Yes.
Yeah, the mindset you have to, I guess, yeah, the mindset you have to have. Whatever money you put in there, you should be okay with losing that money if something happens.
Yes. I mean, the chances are that you might send it to a wrong address, or you might send it. So for example, you buy ETH, all right, and you accidentally send it to a Bitcoin address. That is how you lose it.
That's gone forever.
Yeah, you cannot recover it back.
Where does it go? Where does ETH go?
So ETH to Bitcoin blockchain, it doesn't happen directly.
Well, shouldn't it come back? Otherwise,
no, it doesn't revert. It just.
Otherwise, that's like burning money.
Yeah. So that is what we mean by whatever you can afford to lose.
No, I mean for like the currency itself. That means there's less of the currency on the market now.
Yes.
So if you send like, I don't know, how many Bitcoin are there supposed to be? 21 million?
21 million.
So if I send 20 million Bitcoin to Ethereum address, all of that will just disappear.
Yes.
Instantly.
Yes, technically, yes.
And then the price of Bitcoin will just explode.
Yes, but you'll have to have the 20 million, hypothetically.
Right.
Yes.
That's crazy.
But that is the part where you need to get comfortable and you understand. Once you understand, you can send any like billions of dollars over one transaction. There's no limit to it. But until and unless you get comfortable with all the technology and what is a centralized exchange, decentralized exchange.
Okay.
So that is when we prefer that, we deal with higher amounts.
Okay. So after that step, put some money in there, however much, doesn't have to be big. Just start with something. In fact, I'd recommend you start low so that you can get the hang of how, because it's not like dealing with cryptocurrency and like investing, pulling out, withdrawing, even like interacting through different exchanges. It's like you could make a whole like 6-month program workshop just to teach it how to do it. So it's very complex. It's not simple. It's not like you log into your bank account and then transfer, stuff like that.
For a beginner, it can be complex. Even I faced some issues, but there are tons of YouTube tutorials
for sure
that you can Google it, how to transfer to MetaMask or how to use this.
But it's a lot though.
But also the thing is, all the centralized exchanges have their own tutorials how to use their
yeah.
exchange. So the best way is to get on there and check for the tutorial videos. So that will be a much help if you are stuck at some point.
So you pick an exchange and you start there.
Start there.
Yes.
It's as simple as paying, like making an Amazon purchase order. You put in your credit card details.
Okay.
You send money.
We just have to know what to put, how much,
Yes,
what
how
exactly,
much,
and
exactly.
where it's going to go. Understand it.
Right.
So start with that one exchange, get good at it, and then you can start going around, shopping around.
Right.
For different currencies on different exchanges.
So the centralized exchanges, they store your, you don't have the control of your wallet. So you don't have the public and the private keys. It's with the exchange. So there's a possibility if something ever happens or goes wrong, they have the chance to freeze your wallet. So that's why we say that's why it's meant to be decentralized. So that,
avoid that.
Yes, your wallet, your keys, your account.
Oh, so that's why exchanges still get hacked. So when you hear news about like some sort of like company running on, cryptocurrency getting hacked, people think, oh, I thought it was unhackable. No, these companies, they store keys.
Right.
The keys are what get stolen.
Yes. So if there is a bug somewhere
Uh-huh.
In the exchange's code or anything, that gets exploited, and that is how the hack happens. Even if you read about the Ethereum hack or Bitcoin hack, there's not been a blockchain hack.
It's not. Yeah, the blockchain has never been hacked.
It has been immutable till now. It's the bug in the exchanges.
It's
code.
the company that holds all these keys to the wallets of users who are using the exchange.
Right.
So when you buy something off an exchange, that exchange stores your cryptocurrency for you.
Yes.
With their own wallets on your behalf because you bought it on their platform.
Right.
And what would you recommend to avoid getting hacked? Like a hacker comes in and he exploits a bug somewhere in their code. He takes all the keys and he withdraws all the cryptocurrency from the company's wallet. How do you avoid
so that can be mitigated by having your own wallet.
Pull out your money.
Pull out your money from the centralized to your own wallet. That is MetaMask or Ether wallet, My Ether wallet, or Coinbase wallet. That is custodial wallets, you call this. An example of that is the Mt. Gox hack. It was a centralized exchange which was hacked in 2015.
Okay.
So around 150 million, I think, or 200 million was
US dollars.
US dollars
in cryptocurrency.
And
that's probably way more valuable now, huh?
Yes.
All that cryptocurrency.
For sure. So you can read about it. So what has happened is there has been a lot of hacks. Smart contracts exploited, or the code has been exploited. And the thing is, this technology is getting stronger and stronger day by day. By reviewing those hacks and building a much stronger platform.
What was exploited and fixing that and improving.
To consider this is like an analogy with the internet. Internet has progressed over the years, and now look at how much more we can do with the internet.
Yeah, it runs our whole lives.
So it's in the early stages, and the earlier the better are the chances to have.
And the later, the more we learn about it, the better it becomes.
Exactly.
So you get on an exchange, you buy some sort of cryptocurrency. Let's say a good starter cryptocurrency, I guess. What would that be? Ethereum or Bitcoin?
Ethereum, Bitcoin, yes.
Ethereum or Bitcoin. Those are the two, like the big boys. The mainstream.
The mainstream, the top.
What you always hear about on the news, and those are. I guess, would you say those are stable?
Pretty much stable, yeah.
So it's like the US dollar, if people use the US dollar as a reference, they also use...
They use Bitcoin as the main reference.
Yes.
All the other cryptocurrencies are reference to Bitcoin.
What do you mean? In
how much is it off of Bitcoin?
The
value, yes.
Oh, they use the Bitcoin as a gauge for how much cryptocurrency. Not
you
the
can
dollar.
Even have Ethereum versus USDT, so give the actual value, and you can even have Ethereum versus Bitcoin. So it's all basis Bitcoin.
So I guess those would be good starter if you're gonna invest. Start on those.
Yes.
On those currencies. Sure. because they're very well known. There's lots of news about them. It's like stocks. If you ever invested in stocks, you invest in stocks that are going to go up over time.
For example, like S&P 500.
Yes, like indexes. Index funds are, everybody invests in indexes because generally, since like the stock market began, indexes go up because the value of the stock market always goes up.
Right.
So far.
So it's the same in Bitcoin.
So you start there as a jumping off point, right? You get to know that, and then once you have that currency in an exchange's wallet,
right,
you pull that out, put it into your own wallet.
Try to interact with the wallets, like you make your own wallet and try sending it to your wallet and back and forth. Probably that would be a good first step. Or send to your friend's wallet like a small amount, something like that. So once you understand that ETH addresses can only send your account value to Ethereum address, you cannot send it cross chain. So Bitcoin itself is a chain, Ethereum itself is a chain.
It's its own blockchain.
Yes, Polkadot is a blockchain.
It's like a Bitcoin would be, let's say Bitcoin is Mac and Ethereum is PC, Windows, right?
PC, yeah.
Probably so you can't send Bitcoin to your Ethereum chain. You can't send the other way around.
There is a way. There are bridges. You can do that, but that's a different process. But directly you cannot.
Directly you cannot.
Yeah, like you have a Bitcoin address and you have an Ethereum address. Directly you cannot send it.
So you need to have two separate wallets for.
Yes. But there are options like MetaMask can store all kinds of cryptocurrencies. Okay. So you don't have to have like...
It would still be one address, one private key, one public key.
The private and the public key, public key might change, but the main phrase, the mnemonic, that is the same. So you can have the option to store Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all the other types of cryptocurrencies on the wallets.
Okay.
So it is meant like to store all kinds of cryptocurrencies.
I think the safest bet is to just get one of those ledger like pen drive
things.
Yes,
if you're dealing in huge amounts.
Huge amounts,
I have got mine, but I haven't tested it yet. So I'm gonna soon do that.
That's the most secure way to do it because even like MetaMask, all these online wallets that you sign up for, Trust Wallet,
whatever.
It's
in an extension. If someone hacks into your computer, right?
Your computer or their servers, they can still. It's still centralized.
Like if someone hacks in your computer and they can still send a fishy transfer, like a phishing.
Fish you.
Yeah. And then try to sign a transaction that you're not authorized to.
Can they hack like MetaMask servers and get all the keys?
No.
No, MetaMask doesn't store keys?
No. It's in your custody. It's a non-custodial wallet.
Oh, okay.
It gives you a platform to transfer.
It gives you like an interface.
Yes.
But it does not look at your keys.
It doesn't have your keys.
Yeah, it doesn't take your keys back to the server or anything like that.
There's no server involved in this.
In MetaMask?
In blockchain technology, there are no servers. There are just nodes.
The exchanges obviously have servers because they have to store all the data from the customers who are exchanging stuff, right?
It's decentralized, everything.
Well, that's why they get hacked, because it's centralized. They have servers that can get hacked, right?
Not really.
Well, I mean, as a company, Binance probably has servers to run the exchange. Even though they're interacting with the blockchain.
It is hosted on decentralized servers, so it's all on the nodes. But the hack is in the code, not exactly the server.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Anyways, let's see.
It's too much to grasp at the start, but once you make your first transfer, once you take that first step, things start to unravel, and then you experience a lot. So we haven't still talked about the decentralized exchanges.
But okay. There are decentralized exchanges. What are those?
Those are the best ones. Like the most famous is the Uniswap.
Okay.
So you can directly convert your Ethereum tokens to another Ethereum tokens.
Okay.
Right? So what are tokens, and what's the difference in coins?
Are they the same thing?
So if you build a cryptocurrency based on a blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on a particular chain, then that is a token. Like Ethereum is a coin, but something that is built on Ethereum chain, that would be a token.
Oh.
Right? So Uniswap is a token. Like Uniswap has its own token.
Oh, okay. So a token is a stock for a company that's built on blockchain. Does that make sense? Is that correct?
Probably no.
Why not?
I mean, to give a simple analogy would be, you have a machine like a vending machine, those ones you play in a casino. So
Slots, yeah.
slots, right? So those slots would be an own chain, and when you put your currency into it, you get coins to play with. So those would be the tokens that you get. So you can have different types of tokens to play in different vending
Okay,
machines.
say we build an app on a blockchain.
Right. A decentralized
A
app.
DApp, right?
Yeah, it's called a DApp.
Yeah, decentralized app.
Yeah.
It can be for anything as long as it runs on a blockchain.
Yes.
By virtue of that, we are running this thing on a blockchain. It means we have the opportunity to create a token.
Yes, you can create your own tokens.
Yes, and the token can be used for as a currency or as what, like collectible.
A way to interact, a way to transfer value.
So a currency.
Yes.
And you
but
can
when you say a currency, it's a bit different, but like a transfer of value.
right, which is the point of currency, right?
Yes.
We transfer value with currency. But not just value, you can also transfer, I don't know, data, right? Whatever.
That's right.
Like, and the tokens that these companies, let's call them companies because they are companies. They launch
Yes.
apps
Yes.
or organizations, whatever, developers.
Some of them are fully decentralized.
Mhm.
Like the community owns the whole project.
Uh-huh.
There's no single person, a CEO or something. But some of them, they have a CEO.
Okay. Some of them are just like forums on Reddit or something, and then some
like
are
a community-based
full-fledged
project. Yes.
companies. That's awesome. But the tokens are the reason why I say stocks is because a lot of these companies use their tokens as ways for people to invest in their company.
Right. Yes.
Like a stock.
Yes, like a stock. Now I get your analogy.
Yeah. So they use the stock. They launch the token.
Right.
Right. Just like an IPO.
Mm.
On the stock exchange, and people buy the token, inflating the token's price, and that money, where does that money go? Does it go to the organization that launched it?
So it depends on how the tokenomics work. So it is called tokenomics. Yes. So how the distribution of the token takes place.
Uh-huh.
So some of it is reserved for community, some of it is reserved for developers, like the development of the whole project. Some of it with the stake.
So it goes to the organization.
Yes, with the stakeholders. Like this percentage distributed on. So this is whole the tokenomics. And you can read about any project in their white paper. So if you go on any
DApp,
any token
site. Oh, sorry, any token website.
Right, Ethereum, it has its own white paper. You can read through it. You can.
White paper is basically like a thesis. It's like a thesis what their mission, vision, like how it works, like what their plan is.
Exactly.
So you have tokens, which are also cryptocurrencies technically.
Right.
But they're like stocks in a way where they represent companies or movements or organizations trying to do something with a blockchain engine or whatever, like a application, right? Using a blockchain for something. So with tokens, they're the smaller cryptocurrencies, I guess.
Yes, they are called altcoins.
Altcoins are called alternative coins. Is that what it means, or what?
Yes. So Bitcoin is the one major, and rest all are called altcoins.
Altcoins. Even Ethereum is an altcoin.
Yes, but Ethereum is now too big. I beg to differ. It's all.
Yeah, I'm sure Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're the too big. But again, it's like Mac and PC.
Right.
It's like Mac and Windows.
But as of now, Ethereum is also an altcoin.
So yeah, so once you start on those two, whatever, just like picking a Mac or a Windows computer, up to you, pick one, or you can pick both actually.
Yeah.
There's no like minimum buy-in amount. No. Like you can put in, well, it depends on the exchange, right?
Yeah,
there is a minimum, but it's not like $300 or anything.
I think it's $250 at the start until your KYC is approved.
USD?
Yes, per day. And it's a limit of...
No, sorry, minimum
amount of... Sorry, there's no minimum.
There's no minimum. Like there's you can, no minimum. Like if I
$10,
tell ShakePay to, buy me $5 in Ethereum, well, let's say no.
It can do it.
Yeah, it can do it. There's no like fees or anything.
Yeah. There's a maximum limit.
There's a maximum, yeah.
Until you do a KYC, but after that, you can go in more amounts.
Okay. So yeah, so once you're on there, there's two, whatever, Ethereum, Bitcoin, would you say you essentially have the freedom to go wherever else you want?
Yes.
But just like investing in the stock market, you gotta be smart and do your research.
Yes, and
Don't just buy a coin because it looks pretty,
or you like the name,
or you like the name,
or someone is promoting it, or pumping.
It's a nice name, Dogecoin. I like the meme, Dogecoin.
Yeah, it's a meme project.
You look at their white paper, right?
Yes.
Look at the white paper. Look them up, just like a company. Just like us company stock, like look up what they are, like what they're planning to do, who's in there, who's the CEO, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Their history, their plans for the future. See if they have the potential for growth, and then invest accordingly.
But it's too difficult for a new beginner to know what all kinds of technologies are there, and
right, because it is a new technology.
Yeah,
like a lot
and
of
what each project supports. Like some of them are NFTs, some of them are DeFi projects, some of them are insurance projects, some of them are oracles. So you need to know what hype is going on in the market. Like for now, it's the NFT hype. So any project that is based off of NFT will have its
people just eat it up, huh?
Yeah, have its value increased within a short period of time. So you need to understand. So best way is to go on. Also, by the way, if you want to know about their project, how is it going, you can join their Discord group, their Telegram. You get
most of them have
most
those.
of them, yes, and Twitter for sure.
Yeah.
And I prefer the best website to track all these coins is CoinGecko.
Okay.
Yes, by far I do it daily. I research it daily. Which recent coins have been added, who are behind the project, what is their price increase, price decrease.
You're a stockbroker.
A way to track your
yeah, you do your research like every day.
Yes,
you check
I
in,
do
like,
my research for sure before.
Of course, right? You got it.
You got to do it. Otherwise, I have also, like, there are a couple of coins that have gone to zero that I invested in, and it has gone to zero.
You lost your money?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean gone to zero? As in, like, they were stopped? Like,
so when I bought it, it was more above $1. So I bought for $100 for value, and then now it has gone to like in cents, and the project has stopped.
So your money's gone?
Yes.
Okay.
It has gone.
Just like a stock, right? Stock
exactly
closes then.
But then some of the projects you really need to do your research. So that's when I learned that research and the pump is important, like the technical aspect is important of the project too. What's the use case of the project?
Yes.
And who are behind. Some projects are really anonymous, like they don't mention who are behind.
Which is kind of sketchy. It's kind of weird.
It's kind of sketchy.
Like, even though that's how Bitcoin started, nobody knows who.
Still,
could have been aliens for all we know.
Exactly.
Came down to Earth and then like, hey, here, have this.
Still, no
Bitcoin.
one knows who invented the Bitcoin.
It's kind of weird now. It's mysterious.
Yeah. Mysterious.
Kind of cool also. So I think a good way to put it is if you were born in like the 2000s or maybe the late 90s, and you always wonder like, how did people feel when the internet started?
Oh.
Like how did they look at the internet? Look at like cryptocurrency, blockchains. Look at the blockchain world and, feel the confusion of like, what the hell is this? That's exactly how people back in the 90s and 2000s looked at the internet. They're like, what is this thing? Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, that I would say, like, we are the early adopters of the technology. There's the curve that is there.
Oh, right, the bell curve thing.
Yes, the bell curve. Yeah, so we are in the first.
Like they're going on the rise.
Just on the start.
To the peak.
Yes, so it's almost progressing to every part of the world.
That's why a lot of these tokens being launched by decentralized applications on blockchains. Yeah, like you said, like they're very technical. Like the use cases and stuff like that, they're not easy. They're not intuitive because no one has thought of them before. Because this is a new thing. Like people are going on the new thing, and they're making new things off the new thing. So it gets even harder to understand. That's why you gotta really put your head down, do the studying
to understand the industry and where it might go, whether this project will boom or no. So it all depends. So they say that DYOR. What does it mean? Do your own research. Don't trust, verify.
Don't trust, verify.
Yeah, of course, because you can verify it on the blockchain.
Yes.
This thing. So that's
proof of what? Facts.
Work.
I don't know.
So I would like to summarize that first, to get your CAD to your crypto through centralized exchanges.
Your what?
centralized CAD,
Okay.
Canadian dollars.
Oh no,
Like your
right,
fiat.
Canadian, sure,
Yeah.
if you're in Canada or like wherever
Or
you
a
are.
fiat money.
Your fiat currency.
Yeah, fiat currency to crypto
Yeah.
through the centralized exchanges. Okay, get used to it. How you transfer from one wallet to the other, one
Okay.
account to the other. You can make two accounts on a centralized exchange and try transferring there. And once you get a hang of it, try the decentralized exchanges. That is where the whole power, the decentralized finance, DeFi, is there. So you can get more comfortable using Uniswap. So that is, you just have to connect your wallet to the decentralized exchange, right? And then you can have your Ethereum and trade on that. So every chain has their own swap protocol. Like Polkadot will have Polka Swap. Ethereum has Uniswap. So these are the swapping processes. So get used to it, and once you're comfortable, you can start investing more, understand what's the hype is all about.
Okay.
And it's really exciting. I'm sure that you will love it, because the whole point of this is to give power to the people with their own money. So they can have lending, borrowing. They don't have to depend on a bank or any other institution to borrow something or to verify them.
Right. There's no like centralized. There's no
Authority to.
There's no bank. What is it called? National bank or anything like that. Like
Yes.
with the governments, which they use to manipulate the currency and the market.
Yeah.
Here, it's in the power of the people.
Power
Like,
of the people.
everyone
The
has-
main
yeah.
idea was that,
Yeah.
to give the power to the people, to have the control of their own funds.
Yes.
And peer-to-peer transfer. Why do I need someone else?
Yeah.
But
you
how
need,
do I
like, a
trust?
middleman?
How do I trust you to
Yeah.
transfer?
In fact, you don't even need practically, you don't actually need an exchange, right? Like if you wanted to get Ethereum, swap your Bitcoin for Ethereum, you can just find someone who has Ethereum, tell them, oh, I want your Ethereum. Here, I'll give you Bitcoin. You can do that. Just send each other your keys.
Yes, but only if you trust them.
Only if you trust them, of course, right?
But if you don't trust them, decentralized exchange is the one, because there's no one that you don't know who you're.
You don't actually need an exchange. It's just that an exchange is a place where a lot of the stockpiles of whatever currency
Right.
you can access.
Right.
Stuff like that.
So stuff like that.
Also, do you actually need to start on like Bitcoin Ethereum? You can directly invest into whatever chain you want, right? Can you?
Yeah.
Depends on the exchange you're on, or if you know people who with this kind of this currency, the currency you want to invest in. You just open up a wallet. How do you
And
open
then
up a
get
wallet,
it-
by the way? Other than MetaMask and all the like extensions and the online ones, like let's say a cold wallet.
So you go on to MetaMask, you download the extension, get the mnemonics, and get it on the piece of paper. There are even the key generative files that you can download and keep it on your computer. So it all comes down to how you store it, how you store your wallet.
Okay. Well, sorry. How do you create a wallet? What other ways are there to create a wallet other than MetaMask and all these other ones?
Basically, you can only do it via internet.
Okay. You
So
have to
you
connect
go
an
on-
exchange or whatever.
No, you just go on MetaMask site and download the wallet.
Okay, make one, download it.
Yeah.
And that's yours, like completely. Like MetaMask
Completely
doesn't have a
yours.
copy of that.
No, it doesn't. Even Coinbase, you go on the Coinbase
Trust
account,
Wallet or any
Trust
of those.
Wallet. They have even Android apps or iOS apps that you can download and get it on your phone. If you lose your phone, your wallet is gone, unless you have that.
That's why
mnemonic.
you've got to have the piece
Yeah.
of paper, under your shoe or something, in your socks.
Oh, that's too risky, man.
You lose your shoe.
Yeah, just keep it in a safe. Buy a safe and keep it there.
Hide it under your bed. I don't know, just like
Never
in your
ever keep it
pillowcase.
in your wallet.
or
That's too-
why don't you just like do it like that what's that film Memento?
Oh,
Tattoo it on your. Can you tattoo the keys on your? You just can't take your shirt off on the beach. That's the thing.
yeah, you cannot do that anymore.
You can't take your shirt off. Oh yeah.
The best way is to remember. Get it in a song or something that you will remember. Because you can travel anywhere in the world with that thing and send
The
it
mnemonic,
crypto.
at
Yeah, you
least.
cannot transfer it so much amount of gold and cross borders.
Yes.
But
yes.
Bitcoin gives you the power to have
That's
it.
true. That's true. Okay, dope. Sweet. Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you, Neeraj, for coming on to the YEG
Yes,
experience.
I enjoyed it. I want to share my experience
Yeah.
so that people find it easier to get on to this technology.
Yeah.
and I want to do it for the people.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's not an easy thing to get into.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't know what you're doing. Like you really have to there's a lot of info. It's a lot of info to like take in.
Yeah, the main thing is I have spent so many hours. Why would someone else have to do the same?
Right.
Get the advantage
Right.
of the knowledge
Right.
sharing and
Right.
start it.
What are some good places to look up like information on cryptocurrency? Other places like that, websites.
Twitter is the one, but I would say CoinGecko. You get all the information over there.
Right.
You can have Cointelegraph where they post daily. Like it's like CNBC.
CNBC.
Yeah,
The news.
BBC, like the news.
Okay.
Whatever the
Cointelegraph is like a
Cointelegraph is the crypto news.
cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can follow that. You can get all the news about it.
Wait, did it stop recording? God damn it! No space on the memory card! Alright. Fuck.
Where did it stop though?
Fuck!
Oh well.